Okay, today's topic is digital fabrication and 3D printing. Okay, we have learned 3D graphics using mostly 3D Max. So we are in the middle of the way to create geometric models. Okay, but actually today's topic is a little bit different. As an extra study, I like to bring your attention in digital fabrication, especially using 3D printers we have. So let's briefly review where we are. We are exactly on the middle of the class, but our midterm exam going to be held in November 19th, okay, as scheduled. If changed, I'll let you know. From next week, we're gonna intensively deal with some architectural modeling and design representations for your major interior architecture design, okay? But actually today, I told you topic is digital fabrication using 3D printers. So today's lab exercise, no submission required, okay? But we need to demonstrate some 3D printing things. I'm gonna bring 3D printers here and I'll let you know in detail how to use 3D printers, okay, as a demonstration. And actually we're gonna print something from your own geometry model. In this case, my test model made by 3D Max, okay? Okay, let's move on. Digital design and fabrication. So far, we have learned digital design, okay? But what is the process of digital design? This simplified 3 steps shows you what is the purpose of design, okay? Your design eventually visualized, okay? And something represented, sometimes by hand drawing, but mostly by using computers. But at the first stage, your design and ideas from your brain, something unknown, invisible, but you are working for making some good computational models, okay? Download models, create new geometry, or import some files, share the files with your teammates, and so on. And at the end, some 3D rendering, PowerPoint slides, even animations, video files, or orthogonal graphics, so-called plans, okay, and so on, for making your design visualized, represented, okay? This is usual our design studio course process, okay? Actually, in the studio course, you are mostly focusing on this area, okay? What is your idea? What is your concept? What is your unique approach to resolve your design problems, okay? But in this class, in design computing course, we are focusing on some computational models as well as visualizations and so on in this semester. But actually, there are a lot more, okay? In terms of building life cycle, okay? In terms of design life cycle, this simplified cycle is looking okay. But in terms of building life cycle, if that life cycle is very long line, single line, this line, if you are only focusing on design, very initial part of this life cycle is going to be covered, okay, by you. So anyway, this is simplified design process. But anyway, at the end, we are aiming to realize that design in real world, okay? So what if your design never gonna be actualized, realized in real world? In that case, straightforward, it's just nothing, okay? But usually, that's kind of fine art or just simple art satisfied by designers, okay, owners. But anyway, in general, architectural design, interior architecture design, interior design, decoration, whatever it is for our built environment supposed to be realized, okay? That's main objective or, for our education anyway. But before those two different part, I mean, very initial level, okay, your concept, your idea to realized real world, there is huge gap actually. So of course, based upon your design, it should be constructed, erected on site, okay? So structural construction, manufacturing, and interior finish. I just show you just simple two snippets of pictures, but actually hundreds, thousands of more pictures we can take if you watch on-site construction process, okay? Exterior walls, foundation, glazing system, mechanical system, HVAC system, and so on, okay? Including this kind of interior decoration or finish work. So mostly we are working on-site for construction, but some part of it we need to use shop fabrication, prefabrication, rapid prototyping. Rapid prototyping usually aims to create some prototype models, okay, mock-up models, but sometimes those ones can be directly applied for on-site construction. Shop fabrication, this is kind of structural element, but what if you just simply think about furniture, okay? No one assemble or create furniture system on site, okay? Simply create at furniture shop and transport it to the site. And what we need to do is just install it, okay? How about mechanical system? Mechanical system assembled at specific shop, factory, and then transported, okay? So today's topic is actually in this part, okay? Some type of fabrication, so-called digital fabrication. So what kind of fabrication we're gonna deal with today? For showing you an example, as an example, I like to show you one case study, okay? A case study at Georgia Tech last summer done by our students. So let's take a look. At first, the subject of digital fabrication class we did last summer, okay, last year. Our subject is interior design panels. Take a look those pictures. These are just examples, okay? Interior design panels are sometimes just decorative part of walls, but sometimes it could be entire finish, entire surface of interior walls. Of course, those things can be exterior walls finish, okay? Anyway, they are not just simple flat painted walls, okay? Something decorative or something functional and so on. Anyway, so-called interior design panels, they have specific dimension, specific size. What if we fabricate those piece by piece panels at the shop and deliver to on-site and just simply install it? We can create some unique and some so-called good designs, okay, for occupants for this space. Anyway, under this subject, what we need to do is, firstly, digital design, okay? Bring students' ideas to actual design outputs. So geometric modeling for various interior panels at first. But this is not the end. Usually the studio course, this is the main process, okay? It's design output, design visualization, design panel, design presentation, design mock-up model is the final. But actually at this time, digital fabrication course aims to create actual model, okay? To make it, I mean, one-to-one real scale things, okay? So simply design and make it. Really simple process. But actually, it's not possible. There are lots of problems. If somebody asks any problems, of course, there are several problems need to be resolved, okay? Sometimes cannot make it even if it is feasible, okay? Even if you design, very good design, but it's not possible to make it because sometimes not solid geometry, okay? Surface line, think about surface model. 3D Max SketchUp or surface-based model, but what if you create some surface-based design? Surface is mathematical concept, okay? Zero thickness. How to make it in real world, okay? It's not possible. So that is why we need to use solid geometry, solid modeler in 3D. Sometimes it's too big or too thin. If it's too thin, even if it has thickness, machine cannot make it, okay? Because simply it's too thin to handle. Or too much curved, okay? Too complicated curve, sometimes not possible to generate by machines, okay? Sometimes hardware, software limitations. What if your machine, CNC machine's drill has 1 centimeter diameter? In that case, how to control millimeter level design, okay? Or some material issues. If your material is wood, but your design has some transparent structure, how to make transparent structure by using wood, okay? Anyway, a lot of problems need to be resolved. So that is why we need to put this another simplified process named simulation and modification. The objective of this process is to simulate actual making process using computers, okay? This is the verification of manufacturability. Manufacturability means how you can realize this one in real world, okay? Sometimes 100%, sometimes 0% if your model in surface or collection of lines, okay? Simply because surface or lines are cannot be existing in real world, okay? Anyway, after this simulation, verification, making manufacturability 100%, and then keep going on to make it, okay? Anyway, to make it, it spends some cost, okay? So we don't need to waste our money. So we need to validate first and then create it, make it. So in terms of this simplified 3D process, our department students last year generated 9 digital models. At that time, we used Rhino and Grasshopper, simply because we are trying to very parameterized non-uniform shapes in efficient way. That is why we used this one, Rhino and Grasshopper, some sort of parametric modeling tool. And we used AlphaCam for simulation, for actual CNC machine manufacturing, fabrication. So at the end, 23 fabricated models we actually made, okay? And I'm gonna show you today some examples. We used some machines, CNC machines, water jet machine, laser cutters, and some 3D printers, and so on, okay? So this one simply shows you the process. This is actually, the design is here, actually. This is the design. And this is original material. MDF wood board, which has some enough thickness. And this is AlphaCam software to demonstrate the making process, okay? Moving this drill, X, Y, Z, and make this geometry realized in this way, okay? This actual model. So this is the process, simplify the process. And let's take a look some actual designs we created and fabricated. Group ABC, this is the design concept, okay? Design approach and their concept, some type of digital representation. And this is kind of algorithm to create this geometry at the end, their final design visualization created, and actually this one all evaluated, okay? Verified for actual fabrication. So group and rest of 3 groups are here, okay? Design concept, barcode or some curved lines, and actually the picture here means grasshopper, okay? We are not yet deal with grasshopper, but later on this course we're gonna take a look grasshopper example using Rhino. But anyway, based upon those geometric shape generation algorithm, students can create this kind of final design, but still they are design, okay? Let's take a look one example. Take a look this type of design panel. In Design Studio, sometimes this design panel is kind of final output, okay? In your Design Studio, this one is the final output. Your design title and member name and concept description and diagram for your concept development. This concept is actually just a single word. We can represent it using sunflower, okay? Concept is sunflower. Based upon this geometry, they create some algorithm generation, and then step-by-step generation of this geometry. At the end, this is the final product, final design. So this type of panel is usually the final output, final design representation for your design course, usually. But this class, take a look at this screen. This screen is AlphaCam to demonstrate this model's manufacturability, and this is real final output, okay? Actual final output of this design. So how to keep going on for simulation and the making process? The picture here shows you verification, demonstration, evaluation of the manufacturability, and this is the machine, okay? CNC machine. CNC machine has drills, and this one automatically moving on top of the surface and to make that geometry, okay? This is the kind of final, total more than 20 final products, actual generation and the presentation, some design critics and displays, okay? So at the end, I show you actual designs, and this is actual output products, okay? Actual fabricated models. So CNC generated wood product and thermal forming. This is plastic, okay? Plastic generated, and CNC machine thermal forming to create thereon into plastic, thin plastic material, and this is concrete mold. Actually, we made actual concrete mold structure, and we brought it, okay? It's in my lab. And this concrete mold, if we produce this one in kind of mass manufacturing system by using factory or something, if we have hundreds, thousands of this mold, this one could be interior or even exterior wall finish, okay? Using very specified design. Take a look. What if this one is kind of patternized? Hundreds of panels, and then kind of totally different surface of the wall. Anyway, another example I show you, this one, sunflower case and thermoforming and laser cutter based creation, something different. And another concrete mold and water jet created plastic structure and CNC machine structure, water jet, laser cut, and so on, okay? So let's take a look some CNC machines, computer numerical control. I mean, CNC stands for computer numerical control, which means how to control the behavior of this drill. In terms of this drill is supposed to know where to move, okay, in X, Y coordinate system as well as Z coordinate system in order to make some contour, okay? So all those things, precise location, moving speed, how to move up and down, or how to control against material type. And sometimes this machine needs to replace this drill from some thick drill to very thin drill for precise control and so on. Actually, the CNC machine we used kind of expensive one, so it automatically changed the drill. Let's take a look some demonstration video for making this CNC machine. Okay, firstly, take a look this screenshot. This is kind of simulation, okay? At first, the blue color drill is kind of very thick and powerful drill. That drill generates some, at first, remove some unnecessary part first, and then kind of mid-sized drill going to make contour by using this kind of movement, okay? And then at the end, the final structure can be created in this way. This computer simulation shows you how this machine is moving on top of this material in order to create design geometry, okay? That is why this one is kind of simulation, okay? So at the end, at last, okay, the final product is supposed to be looking like this, okay? This is one of the example, simulation example. And take a look this one, demonstration number 2. This is the actual machine. This is the CNC machine, which has the box. This transparent box is kind of protector, okay? Take a look this drill. Drill now is cutting actual wood product. But this is actually MDF board, okay? MDF is medium density fiber, which is usually for making our living furniture, okay? There are amount of drills, okay? Several drills can be changed, and the control device for that CNC machine, okay? The location or some speed, X, Y, Z coordinate system, and so on. Okay, this is kind of prefabricated surface, okay? Remove unnecessary part first, and then kind of mid-size drill is in charge of making rest of the process, okay? By moving this XYZ direction and so on. Okay, moving back, and if required, changing the drill, okay? The first example, okay, the first thing I brought here is, take a look. 4 different layers, okay? And comparatively very thin, but what's the method of creation for this material? You can figure out the surface cut edge looks very dark, which means this is laser cut, okay? Laser cut based stacked layered structure for interior panel example, okay? This is the one example. And take a look, this sunflower structure. The sunflower structure designed, but this is actually thermoforming. This is actually flat plastic, but okay, this is real product of the MDF-based CNC machine created sunflower structure interior panel. But actually, this one used for making this thermoforming. Okay, very high temperature heat can be applied for making this one using this original structure. Okay, and then this one can be easily created by using that mechanism. Anyway, as you see here, some contour lines are visible simply because this one is kind of moving paths and some type of scars from that drill, okay? But actually, we need to use this type of real wood, okay? MDF is kind of, this one is not for finish, okay, exterior finish. This one is kind of interior fill material. But this one is, as you see, very good pattern or good material, shape, colors, and so on, simply because this is kind of expensive real wood panel, okay? By using this panel, we can create this kind of geometry and the laser engraving for some text, okay? So those are some examples for actual CNC machine fabrication. But let's take a move on to another thing. Actually, last time I showed you this example kind of couple of times before. But anyway, by using this scanner, Sense, the brand of this scanner is Sense. And by using this object scanner, we can scan this kind of shape, face, your face. But take a look. This is actual product, okay? But at somewhere, when you find some good design panel or good design structure, objects, whatever, and then by using your smartphones, those are the paths of the smartphone and the location of taking pictures, okay? You can take series of pictures of this object and create 3D geometry like this way, okay? 3D meshes. And converting into AutoCAD file and import into 3D Max, SketchUp, or even Revit, and so on, in order to reuse that geometry, some controlling different scale or different type of structure, and so on, and then can be applied for actual interior panel-based design. Those are just a demonstration video, not actual or not real, okay? So those examples shows you how to apply those part things into different type of applications. So let's move to the 3D printing. 3D printers, we are usually say this is totally new way of digital fabrication. And so many people say this is kind of ground shaking. Ground shaking means really exceptional, okay? Really brilliant, new, and stunning, okay? Let's take a look at this 3D Max object. In 3D Max, making this kind of object is really simple, okay? Not that hard. I believe most of you easily create this kind of structure by using 3D Max. At least this inside object, okay? Take a look this object inside of this structure, okay? This object at this time separated, but actually this one can be placed inside of this one. And then take a look, the radius of this structure is B, and the maximum radius of this inner object is here. So simply A is bigger than B. And then, okay, this one. Oh. Okay, this one looks very funny, small, but take a look, this object, inner object cannot be separated from the outer object, but it's moving, okay? What if you create those two objects in separate way? And how to make this one inserted in this way without cut and glues, okay? So this kind of thing couldn't be generated any other method usually except this kind of 3D printers. Okay, so that's my point. And let's take a look some demonstration video for 3D printing. Our department has this 3D printer, and so basically this is the machine and this is the bed and this is actual print object. But as you see, the former video that I show you today, it has drill, okay? And there is wood product and something negative way extracted. But at this time, similarly, at this time, this is not a drill, this is nozzle, okay? Extract 3D printing material, so-called PLA, filament, okay? Such filament going to be extracted from this device and material going to be stacked in order to create actual 3D printing outputs. So this machine is our device, and today we're going to have some demonstration, actual 3D print. It shows nozzle temperature 230 Celsius and 60 Celsius of bed, okay? And the file name is here, and total 8% proceed. And this one that I showed you before, but anyway, this video is the process, kind of time-lapse video for making this object, okay? Inner object and outer objects, they are totally separated, but by using this 3D printer, stacked by bottom to top, okay, in a couple of hours. And then final products generated like this way. Today, we're going to create something like this object. Anyway, at the end, the structure created like this way. This is the picture that I show you. 3D printers can make this kind of product. That's my point. And let's take a look another example. Take a look this geometry, okay? Rectangle shape, and this is so-called 3D chain, okay? 3D chain. But this one single piece and another piece, more other pieces, no individual piece touch other pieces, okay? They are all disconnected. But actually they are going to be printed like this way, and this one is very flexibly movable like this. Take a look this structure, okay? So-called 3D chain, you can print this kind of object. This one is freely moving, but never gonna be separated. But take a look the upper side part. Actually, there are several additional pieces. Those are so-called bridges or stand, okay, in order to print this structure. The bottom structure, no problem in 3D printers. But take a look, this kind of overhang structure. Because of gravity, it's not possible to print this structure on the top. That is why we need to make some bridges, stand purpose bars, okay? Thankfully, 3D printing software auto-generates those structure, as you see in this structure. Amount of additional structures, okay? You can easily remove those parts after 3D print, and then you can get this kind of structure, okay? That's my point. And okay, it's not easy to make this kind of shape, but anyway, this is the example of the 3D chain, kind of enlarged, bigger scale version, okay? So by using this kind of 3D printers, we can make this kind of new type of product. There are no cuts or glues, okay? Any other exceptional ideas for interior design, interior architecture? This is the global question for each domain, okay? Our domain is not motor vehicle, okay? Someone in charge of designing, making motor vehicle, their major concern for 3D printers are something similar to this one. Any good ideas for designing or making totally new cars by using this 3D printer? Okay, but in our domain, our question is here, okay? How to use this one for better design or better environment, better architecture, better interior architecture design, and so on, okay? That's kind of global question, and you are in charge of finding some answers using actual 3D printers, okay? So at the end, let me quickly show you some actual how-to, okay? How to actually print using 3D printers. Very simple mechanism. Take a look those 4 processes. Firstly, prepare your model, okay? Anyway, you have to make your model or scan your model using 3D Max, 3D scanner, SketchUp, Rhino, whatever, okay? And then export that into OBJ file, object file. Sometimes different file format is okay, but our printer, our 3D printer supports OBJ file. So 3D Max also can export OBJ file, your geometry, and you need to use another application, not 3D Max. Actually, that one is Simplified 3D. This application is kind of licensed. So in our department, we have 2 software copies. One is in the device room, okay? It's kind of slow computer, but anyway, you can use that computer or the main computer here, okay? Only 2 computers available. The reason for using this computer is convert this OBJ file into G-code file. G-code file defines how to move the nozzle and how to extract the material, filament, in order to create your geometry into real product, okay? So how to use actual printer? When you export the G-code file, just simply copy this one to SD card and plug this SD card into 3D printer and control the navigator and simply print it, okay? Your G-code file. So if you load 3D Max file or OBJ file into SD card, this one cannot recognize your files. This machine, 3D printers, usually recognizes only G-code file, okay? G-code file defines X, Y, Z coordination and what to extract, okay? In which location, precisely, in order to create actual geometry on top of the 3D printer. So this is the picture of our 3D printer. And this is the application, okay? Simplified 3D. Simplified 3D software. When you load your OBJ file, this one is looking like this, yellow. But if you successfully pass the simulation, this is not a drill. This is nozzle, okay? And red color shows you some movement of nozzle, and green color shows you the final material field for your actual object, okay? This is the first screen of this Simplified 3D, and as I told you before, this cube box means inside of the 3D printer, okay? So your products should be placed inside of this box, and then you can make it, okay? So open solid 3D model in OBJ format first and load it. And if you double click that model, you can control scale, change the location, you can rotate object and so on and place it on the bottom center, amount of options. And actually more options, kind of detailed options, something about material, PLA material, and according to the material filament property, we can control some nozzle temperature, bed temperature, the speed, and so on, okay? And take a look, this one, actually, this one. Take a look, this icon. Actually, this icon is kind of auto generation of standing bars, okay? If this one has kind of this shape, this kind of shape cannot be created on the air. So we need to make some bars, okay, in order to make this one by 3D printers without any problem. Anyway, this is the simulation. At the end, export your geometry into G-code file. This one can be saved into your SD drive and plugged in the 3D printer and print it, okay? Take a look at this demonstration video. Okay, first video, this one shows you the simulation of 3D printer. You have to simulate this video, okay? By controlling this one or clicking play and pause button, you can take a look how this object can be printed by using this movement of nozzle, okay? And also demo 2 video. This one shows you very precise control and actual speed of the nozzle, but you can make faster or slower in 3D, okay? But actually, take a look this demo, another demo video, kind of enlarge the structure. And let's take a look the inside of this structure. If this structure is too thin, 3D printer cannot handle the structure properly, okay? And what if this one is too thick? In that case, we don't need to fill 100% of inside of this structure. 3D printer automatically create inside fill using some honeycomb structure or zigzag structure and so on. No need to fill entirely for this material. In that case, this one is too heavy and takes too long time, okay? So kind of auto-generated, or you can modify the structure. So at the end, your structure going to be printed out like this way. So this is, anyway, actual video, but the best way is actual demonstration. So we're going to print actual geometric model, this one or this one for today. So we're going to bring 3D printer here, and I'll let you know step by step in detail, okay, after the break, okay? So now we have a break.